Oh hey, how's it going? Just making some acoustic foam here for the studio. It's a little tough on the mill. Keep getting this crease. It's crazy, I don't know. I'll have to see what my end mills are like. But hey, let's go do something fun. Let's go do some music, shall we? Music is fun. Here we go. This is a 1989 Ibanez RG550. Here's the case for it. It's a little dusty. Cases are always stored, but you can see my stickers from everywhere. Nord-Pas-de-Calais in France, Edmonton, USA. This case has been with me all around the world. This guitar has been with me all around the world a couple times. At least half of the world, not all the way around the world. So let's talk about it. It is, like I said, in 1989. This is the original, right? This is the one that everybody loves and they wanted to recreate it. This is an original. This is my first real electric guitar. I bought this one myself with my own money. I actually bought it in 1989. I bought it from Paul Richards. He was selling guitars at a guitar store locally here. The Paul Richards who went on later in 1991 to start the California Guitar Trio after he was one of the League of Crafty Guitarists with Robert Fripp. Excellent band. I'll put their link down here in the comments, so you can go check out their stuff because they are incredible, man. So I was lucky to buy this from him. Paul's a great guy. So this is based on the Gem 777s that Steve Vai designed. You can see it's kind of beat up. Let me take you for a close-up overview here with the other camera. So it's got the cool Ibanez headstock, maple fretboard. You can see on the frets they're dot inlays, but I wanted the pyramid inlays, so I put some black tape on there, and I took a razor blade and I cut the black tape to pyramids. You can see I kind of cut into the fretboard in a couple places. Up here where I play a lot, you can really see it. There are dings. You know, these are real authentic dings. From playing it, from gigging with it. It's beautiful. I think this is Road Flare Red. Whatever color that is, right? Yeah, so yeah, some more buckle rash back here and stuff. I personalized my guitars when I was in high school. So I got my name there. Here's the made in Japan. The neck is really nice. It's like a super slim, I think they call it the wizard neck. Here are the tuners. Yeah, serial number with my name on it. I don't know, I was into customizing things and making sure people knew they were mine back then. But let's flip it around again, put the camera back. It's got the original Ernie Ball strap from 1989. I have a nice little MTV pin on there. Back when MTV used to make videos, they used to play videos all day. So it was, the M stood for music, by the way. I got my mom's sewing machine out and just kind of sewed some stuff in here. I don't know what it's supposed to be. But, you know, I was young. I didn't know what I was doing. What else? Let's talk about, it's got a double locking Floyd Rose licensed. I think it's actually a real Floyd Rose, something like that. So it locks up here and it locks down here. Here's the arm. The one thing I did change on this is it came with an arm that just kind of pushed in there with some Delrin bearings on it. I put one in that screws in, so it goes in there. You can screw it down to tighten it wherever you want. It's an edge tremolo, so it goes back and forth. So going back to the Steve Vai Gem series that he designed, he put in that monkey grip right here, big handle there. Took out a big chunk of wood so it doesn't resonate as good. Whatever. Looks cool. And he also did the sculpting back here, the scallops, so that these could go back further. You know, I guess they stopped doing those to save some money in production. I don't know. So it's a nice guitar. It's, like I said, it's a really thin neck. It's really fast. It's not too wide. It's really, once you play one of these, you know why people love them so much. They're really nice. I love the maple fretboard. This kind of got me hooked on that, on maple fretboards. Most of my guitars have rosewood fretboards, but the ones that have maple are like, I love them. They look really cool. Here's another cool thing on this one. I was up in Edmonton, Canada. We did the Calgary Stampede, and they gave us these little sticker flower things. At the time, Steve Vai's gems, they had like flower, rose inlays down the fretboard. So I thought this was a cool nod to that. My grandma gave me this sticker book, and I thought this sticker kind of looked like me at the time. Kind of, a little bit maybe, I don't know. So I stuck that on there too. So those are from the late 80s, early 90s too, probably. Need some new strings. Haven't played it for a while. I want to play it. So let's restring it, shall we? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm wearing the Citizen Navi Hawk, the Blue Angels edition, which is also the WR100. Nice watch. I don't know. I like watches. Oh yeah. Still have the tag. The Ibanez Roadstar 2 series, the ultimate expression of craftsmanship. Still have the warranty card that wasn't sent in. So hey, maybe I could register it and get service. Electric Guitar Instruction Manual by Ibanez. That's pretty cool. So it shows you kind of the Floyd Rose bridge, how it locks and everything. You can see, I'll bring this in again. This was that bushing tremolo bar. It was really cool. This part just screwed right out, and I had a replacement that I just stuck back in there. Pretty cool. It shows you all about the saddles, all this stuff, how things should be put together, the level adjustment, you know, all the stuff from guitars, how to do them and stuff. So here's the warranty card. I know some people probably are interested in what it says, so I'll go through it a couple lines here. You can pause it. So it says an RG550 LR-M. No idea what that means, the LR. Something red, LR, laser red. No, it's called the Road Flare Red. -M for maple, I suppose. Anyway, let's put the case candy back. There's a little Allen wrench in there. I think it goes to these ones here to adjust the intonation. Alright, so how I was shown to do this by a Luther that taught me tons of stuff. Yiz, if you're watching, thanks for showing me all this stuff. A good way to keep these, because these are pain in the butt to keep in tune when you're tuning them up with new strings and stuff, because it's got a fulcrum back here, it's on 2 knife blades, and it goes under with springs which hold it against the strings, so when you're stringing it, it kind of folds back and forth. You just get one of these painter's sticks, not one that you've used, and you lift that up and stick it underneath there like that. What that does is when you release the tension on this, it doesn't let it pull back into the cavity. So another thing that Yiz taught me, the Luther extraordinaire, is, I don't know how much I agree with his reasoning. Let me get these lock nuts off here. But he says, oh, this won't hurt you. When you're restringing a guitar, it doesn't matter. Just go like this. Just cut them right off. All right. I'll take his word for it, I guess, this time. He knew what he was doing, so. I think, you know, on acoustic guitars, I like taking them off one by one. I don't know, maybe it's just the process that I like. But this way, especially on electric guitars, this lets you get into all the cracks and crevices that need to be dusted off. I guess when you cut them like that, it also means you can't, if you're on a budget, you can't save them for when one breaks and replace it with a used one. Oh, these are scummy. These have like my sweat on them or something. Yeah, they need to be replaced. I know on the bass strings, since bass strings are more expensive, when they get all scummy and gross, you can just boil them in water. Just boil them for 5 minutes. That kind of cleans off all the scuzz. Let's get rid of these. And they sound new for a little bit at least. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to undo these bolts down here with our Allen wrench. I'll loosen them and then get in close so you can see what they're actually doing back here. Alright, let's look at these. So you have this long bolt that goes in and pushes up against this lockdown thing. You can see where, screw that out, screw it back in, and you can see it closing down on that, opening up. So that effectively locks it in here. And then you have this over here, this nut right here, that when you screw on it, it pushes down. I'll show you how that works. So you see how that gives you like an action there? And it just kind of pulls that saddle back a bit. So that's like fine tuning. Which, you know, that's a pretty cool way to do it since it's all locked off. How many times have I had people come in, oh, this guitar's a little bit out of tune, and they start turning the tuners up here, even though it's locked right there and locked right there, and they go pink and they break it off. They always start with the high E. Why would you do that? Don't touch another person's guitar. So let's pull these out of here. There's the rest of them. This one. Be careful with your old strings because they're pointy at both ends on these. And if kids get them, they'll poke their fingers really easily. You don't want them to poke their eye out. So here we go. It's kind of dusty in here. I will get some magic cleaner. This is not the stuff that I use to clean my machines out in the shop. This is special guitar cleaner stuff. Or if you want, it's glass cleaner. Yeah. I stopped polishing my guitars a long time ago. When they get dusty, I just kind of dust them off with a damp paper towel or a cloth with some little bit of glass cleaner on it. Clean this fretboard off. Kind of taken off some of the usage marks on here. Doesn't look all old school anymore to clean it, but I don't know, probably sound better. And cleaning the frets off at the same time. They're kind of getting a little marred. This is going to be like a brand new guitar again, except for all the relic parts. People pay money for that. People pay money to make things look like they've been beat up. This one's authentic though. Clean off the pickups. Another thing I did is I flipped this pickup the other way because I don't know, I was experimenting back then and I've just liked the sounds that I've gotten out of it since then. So I kept it that way. Alright, that's all the cleaning where you can't get to anything. So I think in like 1991 they moved this volume a little bit further away because I guess you can hit it with the tremolo if you're really whamming hard on it. I don't know. I never hit it. Beauty. Okay, let's do this. So, not sponsored, but willing to talk. No. Ernie Ball regular Slinkies. These are my preferred 10s. They're nice. They're not too thick and hard. They're nice and soft to play, but they last a long time. I like them. They sound good. And they come in this fresh pack, you know, just like your freeze-dried food. Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll start with the lowest gauge, the 46. So they come, I don't know if you can see that. They come cut on the end here, and that's a pretty good cut. So what I do, I usually, the other end is the ball end. I will usually slide that through here. Under that. Straight down. Pull that down. And then go in closer here. This sticks right into there. See how that goes into that saddle right there, and you push it down until it touches, and then you tighten it down back here. And that keeps it in there. It smashes up against it, and that keeps that in there, and then it bends over and forms the saddle right there. But you want to get it in there with the Allen wrench so that it actually crimps it in there. There we go. As AVA would say, click. There we go. Check out his channel too. He's awesome. So I'll tighten this up a little bit here. Go the right way. Some people like to swirl their strings around the tuners. I don't. I like to have as little up here as possible to interfere. I'll just get that close-ish, I guess. Next one. Alright, same thing. This has already been cut. Otherwise, I cut the end off, but with these it'll kind of smash it. But these come factory cut. Ball ends on the other side. Push that over there. Into the saddle. Click. Now I can't see anybody ever wanging on a bolt or something without hearing click. AV, mon ami. Probably fast forward this. It's repetitive, right? Alright, so the exception to that multi-wind rule is the top string, the E, the high E string. That one tends to slip, especially on this guitar. Probably because it's so old. It's so vintage, it's so cool. So I'll give that one a couple turns around the post, just so that it can be snug in there. Now, when we're going to tune this, we need to make sure that all these, you know, when you put on new strings, they're going to stretch, right? So what I do is I back these off all the way, just so that we have something to work with once it's been locked down, right? So over here, I have my trusty intonated guitar. All right, give a nice tug on it, kind of stretch it, because these will stretch. So I get it up to tone, and then I stretch it out. Hello. Doing a music video. You want to do it with me? Not a music video, but a video that has to do with music.
Oh.
Changing the strings on a guitar.
Sorry if I interrupted you. You should start over and do that again.
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh. Sorry if I distracted you. You're always distracted.
I'm always distracted, I know.
This should be your catchphrase.
That should be my catchphrase.
Huh?
That should be my catchphrase, huh?
Yeah, I'm always so distracted.
That was my son. He has, we've done a couple music videos for him. You can check it out on the, I'll link those too down below so you can check out he's an awesome musician, perfect pitch, incredible. I wish I had his talent. So you can see that just fell out because he got back up to tension, so don't even need to worry about that. Now just gonna play around a little bit and stretch those strings out. All right. Now we'll get it back up to in tune, and then we'll lock it down. So these just go on there, and it'll lock it down. Bring it in closer to the camera, show you. Yep. So these are kind of cam locks. See how they go on there? They go in there and they screw down. One cam does 2 strings. And they ride on there. And then you take your Allen wrench and you lock them down. So on the Paul Reed Smith, my custom 24 Paul Reed Smith, they have locking tuners. So the tuners have a lock on them. Then they have a graphite nut. The reason you want to lock these is this is where your note is played. If you have all this up here, when you start bending and stuff, these kind of get pulled up and get stuck inside the saddle and stuff like that. So they go out of tune pretty easy. When you lock these, then those do not move anymore. Even if you detune all of your posts down here, all your tuners, those will not go out of where they are. Locks them down. All right, so those are in there. Those are all the way back up again. Brand new strings. Now I think we can cut the ends off. So you don't want to cut them too far off because they might slip a little bit, so I give them a little bit. Just kind of tuck them in so they don't poke out. There we go. And again, on the higher ones, I'll kind of give them a little extra in case they slip. tuck them down so they don't poke. All right, fresh set of strings, nice and in tune. Let's go see how she sounds. So I always store them with the volumes turned all the way down and the pickup selector in the uppermost, the one that I never use or use the least, just so that if they do get corroded or something, it's where I don't need them. So I'll switch this down there. Give me full everything. And this is just clean. Let me take off even the reverb. Effects all the way off. There we go. Sounds pretty good. So what I really like about this one, how I switched this pickup around, is you go to the second one and it just gives a... Really like that sound. When you get to the middle pickup, further up we go, the more muted it gets. And up top. Like I said, I'm usually down all the way for more rocking sounds and distortion. Second one is my awesome so let's put some distortion on it and see what that does. Let's go to the second channel. So what this is really good at doing is fast stuff. It's a nice guitar. It's very meaty if you want it to be. It can be really jazzy if you want it to be. I really like it. guitar. Warm up my fingers a bit, get my chops back in order. There you go, this is a pretty cool guitar. It's been on most of the music that I've ever done. This was a guitar that I used for the album, the music that you hear usually in my videos. Most of the guitars are this guitar. This was the guitar I was playing around with in the studio in Belgium when the producer hit record and recorded my stuff, and used those samples to get a #1 hit the next summer and not credit me, so I'm not bitter. Alright, well, thanks for watching this. I hope you like the music thing. I got a bunch more guitars that I can do this with, so look for more guitar reviews coming in the future. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's a cool channel. We do lots of cool stuff. Thanks.